Good morning students, welcome to English language class, and today we will read chapter number 6, Adjectives, Degrees of Comparison. Now children, what are degrees of comparison? Adjectives, when changed in their form to show the comparison, this is called degrees of comparison. Now to understand the degrees of comparison, now look at this picture. The red pencil is long, the yellow pencil is longer than the red pencil. The blue pencil is the longest of all three. Now, the first sentence says the red pencil is long, and the word long is positive degree of the adjective long. And we use this positive degree of an adjective when no comparison is being made. And the sentence number 2 says the yellow pencil is longer than the red pencil. The word longer is comparative degree of adjective long. Here we add the letter er to the adjective long. We also add the word then after the adjective. We use comparative degree of an adjective when we compare two persons, animals, events or thing. The third sentence says the blue pencil is the longest pencil. The word longest is the superlative degree of the adjective long. Here we add the suffix est to the adjective, and we also add the word the before adjective. We use the superlative degree of an adjective when we compare more than two persons, animals, events or things. Now let's learn the formation of comparison, degrees of comparison now. We usually form the comparative degrees by adding er to the adjectives, and we add est to the adjective to form the superlative degree. Now here some examples are given. Formation of comparative degree and superlative degree by adding er or est. Suppose cold, by adding er we can make it comparative degree, and by adding est it has become now superlative degree. In the similar way, light, lighter, lightest, long, longer, longest, kind, kinder, kindest. So these are the three degrees of comparison: superlative and comparative degree. Now in your rule number 2, B1, let's see, if two syllable adjectives end with the consonant y. If any adjective that is ending with consonant y, we replace y with I and then add er, est to the adjective to make comparative and superlative degree. Example, the word busy ending with y. Here y is replaced with IER. I adding er to it, it has become a comparative degree now, and by replacing y, add I and est to make superlative degree. Now in C, this is the next rule. If the adjective ends in e, we add r and st to form the comparative and superlative degree. For example, the word sure ending with letter E. Here the letter R is added to it to make the comparative degree of sure, surer, and letter ST is added to the word sure to make the superlative degree. Now surest, this is the superlative degree of sure. In the similar way, large, larger, largest, pure, purer, purest, wide, wider, widest. Now the next one is, if the adjectives end in a single vowel and a consonant, we double the last letter and add er or est to the adjectives to make superlative or comparative degree. Suppose the word is hot, ending with single vowel and consonant. So what is the rule? We just double the last letter. So hot, T is the consonant, the T will be doubled, hotter, and added er to make this comparative degree, and by doubling the letter T and add est to make the superlative degree of the word hot. Now it has become hot, hotter, hottest. In similar way, thin, thinner, thinnest, fat, fatter, fattest, sad, sadder, saddest. Now come to the next. This is the next rule. We use more for forming the comparative degree here and most to forming the superlative degree of adjectives having more than 2 syllables. Beautiful. To make the comparative degree of beautiful, we add more before the adjective and most to make the superlative degree of adjective. Now the 3 degrees are beautiful, more beautiful and most beautiful. In the similar way, difficult, more difficult, most difficult. Careful, most careful, more careful, most careful. Faithful, more faithful and most faithful. Now for some of the commonly used adjectives, we use singular form to make comparative degree and superlative degrees. Good or well. Good, better, best, or well, better, best. Bad, worse, worst, many, more, most. So these are some of the examples you can learn from your book, children. Now let's do an exercise that is based on the degrees of comparison. The first one is you have to complete the table with the correct degrees of adjective. Now the first one, big, by adding er and doubling the consonant. Just now we have read the rule. If the word ending with single vowel and consonant, the rule is double the consonant and add er to make the comparative and est to make the superlative degree of it. So comparative degree will become bigger and superlative degree biggest. And in the similar way, you can do all these. Now come to the next one, that is fill in the blanks with the correct degrees of adjectives given in the bracket. So you have hint given you in the bracket and you have to make the degrees of comparison and fill it. Okay, the first one is, this is the dash story we have ever heard. So long will become longest. So here I am using the superlative degree of the adjective long because here for a hint the word the is given, and that is we always use before the superlative degrees of adjective, the. Now in the same way you can do all these sentences. Now come to the next one, that is you have to underline the adjectives in these sentences and mention their degrees. If positive, write P. If comparative, write C. And if superlative, write S. The first one is, Dhruv was not as strong as Akram, but he proved to be a better fighter. So here the sentence, in this sentence the word better is a comparative degree. So I am writing here comparative degree. Now in this way children, you can do the rest of the exercises on your own, and I hope you have understood the chapter Degrees of Comparison. Thank you children.